Gotchasports. We are back. Okay, we're almost up to like 70 episodes, I think. Not bad.
That
Not bad
that's a lot. It's a lot more than I thought we'd have probably about a year and a half ago before we started. So
at all. I love it. How was the weekend?
it was good. Got some golf in. Got a big golf match coming up at the end of June, and I'm not going to be the reason my team gets killed. So
What
we're prepping.
what's the big golf match?
End of May, your bachelor party, dickhead.
Oh, you said end of June, dickhead.
Yeah, you knew what it meant. We're not
I
even in
don't know.
June. You knew what it meant.
Oh, we do have a big
My
golf
brain,
match.
my brain's not working. That's on me. But big
Fair.
golf match. Don't know who
Yep.
my partner is.
Yep.
I'd imagine they're going to be better than me, but I don't know the type of golfers we'll be seeing there. So
Yeah, we got to figure all that out. We'll find a format that works. We do got a big golf match, so whether it's 2v2v whatever, or if it's 4v4 or whatever, we got a big golf match, and we're
yeah.
gonna make it happen. So good for you for practicing. Speaking of golf, shot my lowest round ever this past weekend. That was electric. 77 carry. I texted you after the round. I shouldn't have had the 6 beers on the back nine. Otherwise, I would have shot the course record for sure. For sure. Dude was
I mean,
dialed in.
if you would have said you would have shot even, I would have believed you. But course record might be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I know. But it was a good time. Golf game's feeling good. Hopefully that will continue. But yeah, overall it was a good weekend. Had a buddy in Indy. It's good to see him. Went out to the bars and had a few. Played Quiplash when we got back to the house. That was hilarious. Always a good time if you know what Quiplash is.
Never played, honestly. I'm into the games. I haven't played
Yeah.
Quiplash though.
Yeah, it was a good time. But if it's your first time joining us, welcome. We are Gotcha Sports. Today's episode, we got the MLB coming off rivalry week, which the MLB pushed this year. Didn't really understand that, but we got that. Immaculate Grid going to attempt to go 9 for 9. We've done it, twice on this podcast?
Yeah, 2 for probably got to be close to 10 at this point, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
but not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
if we can win this one, we're batting close to 300. That puts us in the Hall of Fame. But we're going to talk a little bit of golf as well. I know we already alluded to it. Got a couple segments for the people this episode. We got Blast in the Past, Would You Rather, and then, of course, the Best Bet. But, Carrie, rivalry week. MLB pushed this. Didn't expect it. Honestly, didn't even know it was happening until the week of. And there were not, I mean, there were some, but they weren't actual rivalries in baseball. There was no Yankees Red Sox. There was no Cubs Cardinals. It was in state rivals. That's dumb. That's
I
really
felt like
dumb.
it was just let's pick the teams that are closest to each other and have them play each other.
Yeah. It's like if you're going to push rivalry week, you better make sure there's some damn good rivals in there. And I know the Subway Series was probably the biggest one between the Yankees and the Mets, but I mean, if you're going to market rivalry week as the Subway Series being the headliners, which isn't even remotely close to the best rivalry in baseball, kind of a weak ass rivalry week.
Yeah, I think even the Cubs White Sox has kind of been defeated throughout the past few years, just with the White Sox massively declining.
Yeah.
It's obviously the MLB. Any team can show up and win, but it's just I don't get the same feeling from playing the White Sox anymore. It's just
Yeah.
I don't care about them anymore. I could care less if we somehow manage to lose a game to them. It does not matter to me.
No, I hear
Like
you.
Cardinals or Brewers, I'm pissed, but not. I would have congratulated the White Sox if they managed to win a game.
It's fair. It's totally fair. Speaking of teams that have been on a decline, haven't really been relevant per se, the Angels sweep the Dodgers. I lost some money on that. I can tell you that.
Yep. I
Was
did
not
back-to-back
expecting
nights.
it.
Back-to-back nights. I lost
Unbelievable.
to the Dodgers.
Unbelievable. I bet on the Diamondbacks. It was either game 1 or game 2 against the Rockies. The 14, I think it was game 2, the 14-12 game that the Rockies somehow won. I mean, come on, dude. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, bad luck. I don't know what else to tell you. I
Yeah.
just the Rockies are so fucking bad this year. It's on. It honestly would not shock me if they go on like a 30-game losing streak here soon. It's
Yeah.
just like I said, anyone can beat anyone, but when it comes to your team playing them, it's an automatic. It should be win-win-win against the Rockies when you play them.
Oh, yeah. There was a. I was looking to make some type of bet, some type of parlay. And I think the Phillies were playing the Rockies the other week. It might have been last week even. The Phillies were minus 420 to win one game. And their ace, Zach Wheeler, wasn't even pitching. They were still
Yeah,
minus 420.
I mean Colorado just doesn't have hitters, and they have one pitcher, and
Yeah.
even being a pitcher nowadays, if you're the best pitcher in the game, you're gonna get hit around eventually. It's not gonna be a
Yeah.
thing where you just carve every outing. Like
Yeah.
Dollander, as good as he is, he's gonna have his games where he gives up 6-7 runs.
Right. Right. Not a good recipe for a team that can't hit. If any pitcher
Yeah,
gives up any sort of runs. But was shocked by the Angels sweeping the Dodgers. Was also shocked that Seattle swept the Padres. Was not expecting that either. Mariners have been playing some pretty damn good ball over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Padres, are there some cracks there that could cause them some trouble come September, October?
I think they're just very inconsistent. They have a few of the best hitters in the league, but they have games where they'll put up 10 games one game, next day they're gonna put up one, and
Right.
it's happened countless times. And you can argue that with every team, but I swear to God, every time I have any type of money on the Padres, they're putting up one run. It's a random ass home run in the ninth inning when the games are relevant. And
Right.
I'm not a fan of the Padres team this year. They have way too many good hitters to be just randomly slumping in so many games.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of the Yankees last year. There were
Yeah,
games, and I mean, even the Yankees this year. I mean, it's hard to consistently score 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 runs a game, but I mean, you have the Mariners who will go 4 or 5 games scoring, or the Padres going 4 or 5 games scoring 1 run, and then go another 4 or 5 games and score 12 runs. There's got to be some type of common ground for me to put some trust and faith, especially money on the line, if they're going to do any sort of damage in the postseason. There has to just be more consistency.
yeah, and I mean, especially, I mean, in my opinion, they have the best potential leadoff hitter in the league, Luis Ariz.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that dude is getting on base. I don't even know. It's got to be what that at least maybe close to 40% of the time. That's probably a little excessive, but
No, I
he
honestly, yeah,
he's just a freak in nature. They need to find a way to score more, especially with a guy like him getting on base as frequently as he does.
for sure. And we saw it even this past week in this, in quotes, rivalry week. Even with the Rays, and I know the Rays aren't the greatest team in baseball right now, but they get beat by the Marlins. It's the inconsistency, and the Rays have, I wouldn't say well-known dudes, but I mean, if you look at their stats, their hitting stats, like they've got some dudes that have put up numbers this year. And again, it's just that inconsistency when you get one guy on an inning and nobody else can do a job. At the end of the day, if any team's going to make some sort of postseason push, it's getting jobs done, hitting runners in scoring position, defensively not making errors, pitchers going out there and throwing strikes and making plays. And even in this rivalry week, a lot of the teams that probably were favored to win not only didn't win, but they got swept. Which, and again, baseball is a long season. You could say this about any series. It could have an off weekend. You could make whatever excuse or reason in the world why your team is not performing in a rivalry week like this. But at the end of the day, these are the types of situations where we can see who's actually going to make a postseason push and who's consistent enough to get the job done.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teams playing very consistently so far throughout this entire year. The Twins are looking
St. Louis
good.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I said throughout the entire year.
Oh, my
Um,
bad. My bad.
the last 20 games, the Cardinals they've been back. But teams like the Twins and Tigers have been looking good. The Mariners, for example, they're a team with the best away record right now. I think they were like 16-7 or something. I mean, that's stuff you look into for playoff games, at least when it comes from the betting aspect of it. Because typically I'm a big home team better. Obviously, I don't. It's a stupid statement to say. It's very obvious, but when you can be the Mariners and have an absurd amount of confidence going into away games with a record like that, and just know you play great outside of your home ballpark, like that's something that just boosts confidence so much further down the road into the season.
Yeah. I mean, you played college baseball, and granted, I'm sure these guys are playing they're
We
obviously
had
playing in
fat ass crowds like them too.
bigger stadiums, bigger crowds, whatever the case might be. But even in high school when I was playing baseball, I liked going on the road. Did I perform better on the road? No, not necessarily. But I liked playing on the road. Different field, different environment. Did you feel that too, or are you more of like a homebody, liked your home stadium, hit better in your home stadium in college?
I mean, I liked our home stadium better just for the fact that uh, we had locker rooms, so we weren't dying in the cold weather.
True.
Going
True.
to an away game for a doubleheader outdoors, you're just buried in the dugout like
Yeah.
that, dude. Miserable. But in terms of actually playing in college, I definitely would say home. It was just comfortable. We had a good field because we had turf. Like going to play on a grass field in the winter, springtime is not fun. It hurts to slide. The ground's rock hard. You don't know what type of bounce you're gonna get. I would take my home field over anything. We got control of music and everything there, audio. Like that's
Yeah.
something that's just you can't really beat it. You go to
Yeah.
away games and for all your ABs, you get no music, you get nothing. You hear the other. I mean, you heard it no matter what. The other team's just chirping your ass off after every
Yeah.
little thing you do. Um, but no, yeah, I was always a home person.
Would you say that baseball is probably the sport where home games matter the least in terms of
I think
impact on the actual game?
I think up until like being in the MLB, yeah.
It's fair.
Until you're at like the highest professional level of a sport, yeah.
Because I mean, when you're playing in these bigger stadiums, you have different batters' eyes, which is very important. I mean, there's a reason why some ball players hit better in some stadiums than others, but I feel like just given the fact that it's baseball and it's a completely different game, no matter what, pitcher versus hitter, you got guys behind you, you put the ball in play, like no matter what the scenario is, it seems like in my head at least, baseball is probably the sport that matters the least when it comes to home field advantage. Still
Yeah, I'd agree
matters,
with it. I
but
would agree with that. I think the only reason I would throw the NFL in there is because I think in the NFL it is truly harder just to upset a home team that is actually better than you. MLB, anyone could beat anyone at any park. It's like if you're Colorado or the White Sox, it's very hard, but those teams still do it every single week. Maybe not
yeah.
Colorado actually, but
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have 10 wins this year.
I don't think they do. I think they have 8. I think
Yeah,
they're like
okay.
8 and 30 something. I don't know.
I think they break the record. I think they have the worst record in the MLB, the entirety of MLB this year.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But rivalry week, it was. I mean, had a good its good parts. It had its bad parts. Cardinals beat the Royals in another series. That's now 5 series straight for the Cardinals. Cubs sweep the White Sox. No surprise there. But if we're gonna do rivalry week in the MLB, please put the actual rivals on that schedule.
I didn't know it was rivalry week until like yesterday, and they tweeted out who
Yeah,
won. who like won
Yeah.
each rivalry game.
It's
So
like I saw it early in the week. I don't know if it was just like a couple day push or whatever to say that it was rivalry week or just add a little bit more juice. I'm curious to see how the viewership was on all of these games to see if they were even up, maybe they were down with their marketing push on this being rivalry week. But again, if all of these sports, like even the NBA in season tournament, like if you're gonna actually do something, and again, this could be like a test run for the MLB, I don't know, but if you're going to do something like this to get more fans engaged, go balls to the wall with it. Don't half ass it and say, oh, rivalry week in the MLB, and then not even have the rivals playing. That's why
yeah,
the NBA in season tournament, it has worked because they put money on the line. Guys care a little bit more. Viewership has gone up. If you're going to do that, especially in a long season like the MLB, make sure you go all out. Don't half ass it.
yeah. I would have much rather the Cubs played the Cardinals or the Brewers over the White Sox.
And again, it probably came down to TV rights too. But imagine you were on Sunday and the series were on the line. It's 1-1. You had noon Cardinals Cubs. You had a 4 o'clock Subway series, and then you had, or not Subway series. Let's say you had whatever rivalry, and then at night you had ESPN Sunday
Padres
Night
Dodgers.
Baseball. Yeah, Padres Dodgers. Then Sunday Night Baseball you had Yankees Red Sox. Like imagine that. Like if those viewership numbers on ESPN for an all day rivalry day would be way better than what I expect they got for the Subway series for Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, obviously this is a planned out thing. They scheduled it this week for a reason. It was planned on for probably a year or two in advance for all I know. I don't know when they may come up with a schedule.
Right.
But I agree. It's just like I think in person attendance even would have changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But overall, Cardinals won, Cubs won. we, I mean, I wish the Cubs lost, but we as a collective had a good rivalry week.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course the Cubs decided to choke against the Marlins. But that is okay. We will still win the series.
Probably.
I was gonna say just had an 8-run inning up 9-1 right now.
Tough. Cardinals are down 4-0 to the Tigers. That's okay. We won game one. Scooble's pitching. Didn't expect to win this one anyway. Go win game three today. And we'll be all right. We'll be all right. But Carrie, let's figure out this week if we can go 9 for 9 on the Immaculate Grid.
I hope so.
All right, we got the Immaculate Grid pulled up here. We got the Los Angeles Angels on the top, Padres on the top, and Hall of Fame. On the left side, we got the Cubs, the Washington Nationals, and All-Star. You want to knock out some easy ones here?
Cubs, Padres, Yu Darvish.
Love it. Love it. Cubs Hall of Fame, Ryan Sandberg.
Holy picture.
Washington Nationals and Padres could do Juan Soto.
Yeah, I like that.
Padres All Star, we could do Tatis.
What about Xander Bogaerts? If we're trying to think of little less likely ones, Tony Gwynn and Tatis are probably pretty high up, but
I would agree with that. Did Xander Bogaerts make an All Star team with the Padres?
or Luis Ariz, he had to be an All Star last year, right?
I would. Was he? I don't know if he was, to be
Maybe
honest.
just go Tatis. Played safe, not as high as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Hall of Fame All Star. I mean,
Trying to think of a random one.
what a Hall of Fame or All Star. When did they start All Star? 1933. I mean, I feel like anybody we do is going to be low
Was Yogi
percentage.
Berra before that?
No. Could do Yogi. I like that.
I think that'd be a good one.
0.9. Love it, Carrie.
Nats Hall of Fame.
Andre Dawson.
Okay, yeah. Was that what years did he play?
He played 76 to 96.
Was that not when they were the Expos?
It still counts. It was
Oh,
Andre
okay.
Dawson was on the Expos, but
Okay.
13%. All right, 6 for 6. Hot start. I mean, Angels All Star, Mike Trout.
Michael Trout.
Angels Nationals, Bartolo Colon.
Sure. I did not know he was on the Nationals.
Now I'm second guessing. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Bartolo Colon played for 9 million teams, but I'm pretty sure he played for the Nationals.
I mean, if you like it, go for it.
All right, Kerry, we're 8 for 8. The only one left. Cubs,
Did
Angels.
I mean, I have a guaranteed one, but
Yeah,
did
let's go
Fernando
9 for
Rodney
9.
play for the Angels? I feel like he played with a lot of teams too, but my guarantee is Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, love it. Love it. 9 for 9, Kerry. Let's go. 155 rarity score.
That's not bad.
That's pretty
I'll take
good.
it.
That's pretty good. Let's go, Kerry.
That's my
That's
IQ
big.
is.
Oh, you know what we could have used too from the last Immaculate grid we did on Drelton Simmons. Was
No
it
clue
like
who that is.
Braves? Yeah, he played. Remember, we looked it up. He played for the Cubs, shortstop, really good defensively.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were just bringing up a random name for the first time today.
No, no,
Never heard of that guy.
that one was
Okay.
that one was pretty easy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Love
Three
it. Well,
more.
there it is. Immaculate grid 949. Third time on the podcast. That's big time, Kerry. But let's bring it back a little bit. Let's go a little blast in the past. All right, Kerry, lead us off here.
All right. My blast in the past is more of a question for you, but it's all relatable, baseball related.
Okay.
Had a conversation with one of our buddies maybe last week over the weekend, and we were trying to decide if one of these options came down to the greatest moment of your life. And picture it's going to be the Cardinals for you.
Okay.
Do you think winning state in high school or seeing your favorite MLB team like the Cubs was the greatest day of your life?
So you're saying like seeing the Cardinals win a World Series compared to us winning state?
Yes. What do you think
Us
would have
winning-
been the greatest?
Us winning state for sure. For sure.
Yeah. I think I felt more like just pure happiness from winning state. And like I got the same thing from the Cubs, but I got like a feeling where like I could literally tear up and cry.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, we were a part of it. You know, it's like on the field, like it's different. It's different winning something that you're a part of than watching something you care so deeply about on the outside and winning.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's indescribable. I would say the feeling, like how it's different, but for anybody that's competed in anything, I think would probably have the same answer, because just competing and knowing what it took to get there, everything that you did, all of the ups, downs that you were a part of to finally get the one reward that you have been working for. I mean, it's unmatched.
Yeah. I think we both agreed on that same thing. It's very close, but came down to state championship.
I will say though, it's different too, because you played in it and I didn't. I mean, it's a little bit different, but
Not much so.
no. I mean, I had the best infield ever that day.
Yeah.
I don't think I oversailed your head once. Oh, you were at third
That's
that
because I was
time.
playing third base.
Yeah, that's at third.
That'd have been an issue if you were throwing me a ball.
I know, dude. I know. We didn't have that connection then. That's all it was.
I mean, we didn't need it. Not
Wow.
not that year, at least. From
No, we did not.
short to third,
No,
but
I would still say though,
yeah,
being a part of that was cool.
yeah. I think I would agree that's the right answer. But what is your blast in the past?
My bat blast in the past is actually a little story. Talking about
All right.
golf, had my best round ever. Just kind of got me thinking of some funny moments. But playing the best course, this was in college, playing the best course in South Bend by far. 9-hole Burt golf course on Notre Dame's campus. Could not beat it. Waking up Sunday morning hungover as balls and just walking 500 feet to the first tee, not paying a dime. It was awesome. But was playing in a foursome. One of our buddies, I think it was the seventh hole. It's just straightaway par four, not much to it. The green sits by a very, very busy road in South Bend. So, and there's probably, I don't know, 50, maybe 20 feet behind the green before you're actually on the road. So, I mean, it's not tight.
Yeah.
It's, you got to hit a decent shot. But, so we're on this hole. He's in the center of the fairway. Pretty good golfer. Takes a whatever approach shot and immediately goes straight left. And all of us in the group were like, "Uh-oh. This is not good." So we see the ball tracking. It's going towards the intersection, the light that was behind the eighth tee box. And we see this black Escalade slowly pulling up to the red light. And I thought for sure he was smoking the car. But
Yeah.
the Escalade stops just short of it. The ball hits the road and bounces straight up in the air. And we're like, phew, like, thank God, that could have been an absolute nightmare. And then the ball drills the house on the other side of the road. And we're just like, damn it, dude. Damn it. I wonder if that ball's still there, to be honest. It could be.
Maybe, I don't know. I
It
definitely
could be.
that I will say that's one of the scariest feelings in your life. You know,
Oh,
out in Arizona, you are constantly by roads when you golf. You're constantly in neighborhoods. And you
yeah.
hit the ball and you know it's going either in the road or 3 rows deep into the houses, and you're just waiting to hear any type of noise.
Yep. Bracing for impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you,
Not a fun feeling.
obviously people have golf ball insurance, I would think, if you live on a golf course.
Yeah. I wonder if it's even kind of forced on you, depending like how close you are to the course.
Yeah. If you did break a window, knock on wood that it doesn't
Yeah.
happen, but if you did break a window, what would happen? Like,
I've always thought about that. Like, is someone gonna just come out and start screaming at me to like essentially leave my information and pay for it,
I don't know.
or am I just gonna be like, sorry, dude, you took the risk of living here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel horrible, but like, I don't want to pay you $600 to fix a dinky ass window that's gonna get hit next week.
No, right. There was one course I was playing in Indy, and it was a par five, a little bit dog leg left, hit a good drive, and my second shot. And these houses are really, really close to the cart path. Like when right off the cart path, you're in somebody's backyard. So like it's maybe 6-7 yards, and you're at the house. And I hit my second shot left. I think I hit either 3-wood or hybrid into the green. And there was a dad mowing his lawn in the backyard, and his kids were playing in the backyard. And I didn't know where my golf ball was, and he was holding it, and he like approached me. He was all pissed off, like, you couldn't yell for and all this stuff, which I did yell for. I was 270 out from the green. And he was super pissed off. And I mean, I should have, I don't know, I don't even remember what I said, but I was very nice about it. I should have said, like, what do you want me to do, dude? Like, I hit a bad shot. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Right?
you
You
have
live
your
on a
kids
golf
playing in an
course.
open backyard 7 yards from the bunker. I'm in the bunker
Yeah.
a lot, dude. You should have known.
Yeah. I don't. I bet a lot of people do get pissed, but at the same time, it's just like
You
you
knew
want
what
to
you
live on
took
a good.
on.
Yeah. Who do you think's golfing here?
Like,
Come on.
it's a public course, dude. Like this isn't a private country
Yeah.
club or anything. It's a public
You
course.
can't expect much when anyone in the world can walk up and just play if they want.
No, no. But he was so pissed, and I drove away after. I was like, "What the that guy's problem? My gosh!" Like,
Yeah.
relax, dude. I understand it could have been bad, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
That's my thing. Like with a situation like that, if everything works out, nothing breaks, it's just like just move on. Like you
yeah,
can't change anything about it. Nothing bad happened to fix.
right.
Like
No,
just
I agree.
yeah, stupid.
I agree. But that is blast in the past this week, Carrie. Let's get to would you rather. Start us off, Care.
All right, my would you rather, and this was actually one I heard over the weekend, and it just randomly popped in my head, but I think it's a good one. Would you rather have free beer for the rest of your life, or would you rather never have a single hangover for the rest of your life?
Never have a single hangover.
So you're just gonna be unstoppable and be able to drink all the time and get fat and lazy and
Yep. Yep.
nope, wrong
No.
answer.
The reason why I say that, okay. Well, first of all, I don't really drink beer like I did in college. I don't. I don't. I
I'm calling
drink.
bullshit. You drink beer compared to my level of drinking beer.
No, I drink more beer than you do.
You're
You don't
right.
drink beer at all.
Exactly.
So, this question doesn't even apply to you then.
It does. Alcohol in general.
All right. I'd still choose no hangovers.
Not me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, dude.
I'd be
Well,
way
also,
too enticed
you're
too many
also in an
nights.
you're also in an area where alcohol and beer is a lot more expensive than where I live.
Right, but the hangovers are there to keep you level.
Yeah, but even with that though, like not like the reason why you have a hangover, you know you're drinking next weekend. It's not like that one hangover is
Right.
going to stop you from drinking again.
But like I've definitely heard people say like, no, I'm not drinking tonight. I'm working tomorrow. I'm not drinking tonight. I got to leave for a trip tomorrow. And what if it's just it turns into, oh, I'm not going to be hungover. I'll drink tonight.
It could if you let it.
Oh, the WNBA started back up. I'm going to drink tonight.
Well, okay,
Like,
that one I can understand. That one I can understand.
yeah, yeah, sure.
No, I mean I'm not taking a hangover the rest of my life.
I'm taking the
Wake up the next
hangover.
morning, feel great, make a cup of coffee, make some eggs, some bacon. When you're hungover, you don't do any of that.
That's false.
Well,
Depends who you
some
are.
people. Some
Yeah,
people.
I would say maybe the majority of people are not doing that. But
Also, like if I go out on a Saturday night and have 10 beers, whatever, wake up the next morning and run a 10K. Probably
you're
beat my
not
goal.
doing that. You are
beat
not
my
doing
goal.
that.
I'm just
If
saying
you were
there's
if you were a runner, I would have been like, okay, sure. But
I'm not a runner. You call me fat?
no, I'm saying you're not a runner.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm not. I'll never
If
have a
you were
hangover
whipping that
again.
out once or twice a week, I would understand your reasoning there.
I haven't ran since since Nashville. I haven't even put on my running shoes at all.
I have ran, but not much. It's been very limited. We're building back into it. Um, Goal is still to run a marathon by the end of the year, but we will see. There's a lot going on this second half of the year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I do agree with
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
no, I like that. No hangovers rest of my life. Carrie's never paying for a beer again. Good for you, brother. But my would you rather this week. For those that don't watch Survivor, it is a reality
Great show.
television game show, awesome show. If you were on Survivor, Carrie, would you rather be in a physically strong tribe to start out the game, or would you rather be in a strategic or smart team that is a little bit physically weaker to start your Survivor adventure?
I think I'd want to be, if it's the very start, I think I would want to be on the smart team just because I know you and I have obviously seen this. I think I would relatively be at least number one or number two in terms of strength on that team out of the teams we have seen on that show. So
Fair, yeah,
I'm thinking at least for like the first 3-4 rounds, maybe they're just like, we at least need him for a few rounds to get some strength through. If
yeah,
I'm on if I'm on the strong team, I feel like they eventually just pick off the strong guys one by one.
yeah.
But I don't think I'd remotely be the strongest guy there in my current physical shape.
I think I'd probably agree with that. I'd rather be on the strategic smart team because even if you do lose all the challenges and you're the only tribe that's losing people, I mean, the whole point of the game is to last the longest, right? To be the lone survivor. But if you're on the strategic and smart team, you're losing challenges. To your point, we would both probably be on the stronger side of that weak team. So that's an advantage. But two, also, I feel like a lot of the physically strong teams that don't really lose anybody in the first 10 days of Survivor, they haven't really played Survivor because they haven't done any strategy. They don't really know where they stand in their tribe, and then go into the merge where there's only one tribe. They only have the people that they know, and can you really trust them if you haven't had to make any decisions? No. So I'd rather,
Yeah.
if I'm going to play the game, I'd rather stay in the game for a shorter amount of time and know exactly where I stand rather than stay in the game a long time and have no idea and be voted out either way. So I think I would agree with you.
Yeah. I just think by the time the merge always comes to, it's like the physically fit guys, if they're not winning the challenge, they're voted out
Yeah,
instantly.
yeah,
And it's just because it's just anyone that's weaker and realizes they're one of the weaker ones, they just equally plan with other people to get the strongest guy out because that's their only way they ever have a shot at the physical challenges.
Do you think if you went on Survivor, you would act as if you're not that athletic or not that strong or not that physical, or do you think you just be yourself and wherever
I don't I
wherever
don't know
you
if I
fall, you
really
fall?
I don't know if I really look like any three of those words. Um, I don't know. I don't think I would really act like I wouldn't going to every game or challenge. I would definitely try my hardest, but I don't know what my main point of strategy would really be because I want immunity. You play for the immunity idol whenever it's available.
Yeah.
You play to win the food challenges, all that stuff. Um, so I don't really know. I don't like a no. I don't think I would dog anything. I wouldn't try to hide anything. I would just go
Being
into it.
not even talking about Survivor anymore, but kind of.
Okay.
If you were on an island, let's say for 20 days, what food do you think you'd crave the most?
Oh, brother. Um, mush.
for, for those that don't know what mush is, Carrie eats it every day. Some ground beef, cottage cheese mixture, eats nothing
It's
else. Sicko.
every it probably is
Absolute
every dinner
sicko.
for like 2 months straight now has been either ground beef or ground turkey, low fat cottage cheese, and sriracha. I
Mush.
ate it before this. I ate it before this podcast, and yeah, we just call it mush.
Mush.
And Riley's
That's what you
severely
crave.
against it. Yeah,
Oh
I don't know.
yeah.
No, what would I actually crave? Um, I don't know. I would say like pasta or tacos. Pasta more just for the aspect of how
Ooh.
filling it is and kind of just hearty. But I think tacos. I would think like
Yeah.
put like 15 of those suckers right in front of me, and I'm eating all of them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
street tacos specifically, though.
Right. No, I agree. I agree with that. I think. Yeah, I think for me it'd probably be wings.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Wings, just not having any protein for like 20 straight days. would want to just house some grilled or fried wings. But no, I think tacos is a good shout.
Yeah, you just got to go hunt.
True.
Find some wild chickens or roosters.
You think I'm catching those? I'm not catching those.
I mean, if you want to live bad enough.
That's true. That's true. Not wrong. Not wrong. But that is Would You Rather. Carrie, let's get to the best part of every podcast, and that is the best bet. There's 2 best bets out there today. Carrie, you got one of them. What is it?
I will be on Red Sox money line first 5 innings at home against the Mets. Garrett Crochet is on the mound.
Yep.
He's a freak of nature. He's been great this year.
Love him.
Juan Soto's been struggling. Plus, it's a lefty-lefty matchup now. Really, I like this matchup. I don't love the Red Sox team this year. They've played very down to what I think their talent is, but I love this. Crochet's been awesome. First 5 money line Red Sox.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, and let me stress this: I am not.
Nolan Arenado, home run, 2-run bomb.
You're still
Down
losing.
14.
Doesn't matter. The Red Sox are not great this year, so I will not be upset at all to all you thousands of fans for not taking it if you don't want to. But
you
I
should
like
take it.
I would take his
K's.
K's. I would take his K's also. It's not out yet.
Carrie's bet. Carrie's bet is not losing. Carrie's bets never lose, quite frankly.
Yeah, except last time we did this, we said we weren't going to sweep, and we ended up sweeping. So Riley's being really dumb right now.
Yep,
we're going to lose both these. But
yep.
Riley, let's get to your losing pick.
My winning pick, because there's 0 chance in hell that this pick is losing. Cardinals money line, no bias whatsoever. Cardinals money line, playing the best team in baseball, the Detroit Tigers, best record, maybe not best team, but best record in baseball. Tigers, they think they can come into Busch Stadium, right? A Cardinals home team has been electric this year. Throw a lefty against a heavy lefty lineup, a rookie from Central Michigan, and win? I don't know who they think they are, but it's not happening.
They're throwing a lefty right now.
Yeah, they're throwing the Cy Young winner last year. There's a difference between a rookie out of Central Michigan and the Cy Young winner from 2024.
I mean, we'll see. They might be the exact same.
No. It's Cardinals money line. It's Red Sox first 5 money line. It's just best bet. That's what that is. And sweep incoming. So train took off last week and is still rolling for those that want to ride.
We're going to win. One of them.
We are going to win. Both of them. But that is best bet. If it's your first time joining us, appreciate you. Returners, all the love. Go follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, you name it. We got it. Leave us a 5-star review while you're at it. You know? Only helps us grow. Only helps us smile. It's a good thing to do. But, Carrie, that's all I got. What do you got?
We got your sports.
Until next time.